Welcome into our Bears Recap Coaching Search Day 13. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. Well, today one interview. It was Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken. Monken is originally from Wheaton, Illinois. His father, a longtime high school coach at Lake Park High School. His brothers, all football coaches. He's 58 years of age. He's been a college head coach at Southern Mississippi. He's been the offensive coordinator at the University of Georgia for back-to-back national championships and took a quarterback who's exceptionally mediocre in Stetson Bennett. He hasn't gotten any traction in the National Football League and won national titles with him twice. Now he's been with Lamar Jackson 2 years. They led him to the MVP award last year, and he's going to be number one or number two this year for MVP. It'll be him or Josh Allen, and you watch that offense, it hums. So I started making calls today. A good friend of mine knows Todd Monken very well, plus Courtney Cronin, who does just awesome work for ESPN 1000, covering the Bears and the National Football League, joined Jonathan Hood and I this morning on Kappa J. Hood. She said Todd Monken is her dark horse to be the Chicago Bears' new head coach. She covered him at Southern Mississippi. She has covered him for a long time, knows him, and I said, how would he be at the podium? Because that's the face of your team. And again, that's not the most important thing, but it's certainly a big part of the job, especially in a media market like Chicago. And I said, Matt Eberflus was horrible at that part of the job. How would he be? She said, absolutely 180 degree different. He would be great in that role. She said he is hard-nosed, he is tough, he's a really good person, but he will hold people accountable. There is no question that some of the nonsense that went on with this team and players telling me about the culture issues in there, she said those would get cleaned up very quickly if Todd Monken is in charge. Go back and look at his Southern Mississippi record. He took over a team that I believe was winless the year before he got there. He went from one win to a handful of wins to 9 wins, and then he jumped off to Georgia. So he showed you he has the ability to build. He shows you he has the ability to be a head coach. He's coached at the highest level of college with Georgia. And now, of course, here he is still alive in the playoffs with the Baltimore Ravens. So would he be a great hire? Absolutely he would. I've made it clear that I want someone who's been a head coach. That's why I wanted Mike Vrabel. That's why I like Mike McCarthy. Ben Johnson's obviously an incredibly good candidate. Incredible. So is Todd Monken. And he has head coaching experience, albeit at the Division I level, not at the NFL level. But as I made my calls today and asked people who either know him, somebody who is a friend of mine who happens to know him and his family, they said, you want someone who's going to hold people accountable? You want someone who's going to be intense, passionate, fiery, and getting you fired up? That's your guy right there. So let's see where this all goes. The Bears will talk to Brian Flores on Saturday, and then Monday is the first day that you can bring people that are employed by other NFL teams into your building. That could not happen before. So people are like, why are the Bears doing all these Zooms? That's the rules. You cannot bring someone currently working for another franchise into your building until January 20th. The only two that they brought in, they were able to bring in Ronnie Rivera. He doesn't work for a team. Mike McCarthy, he doesn't work for a team. Mike Vrabel was going to be off the board going to the Patriots, and I think he made that clear to them. But he did have a good Zoom session, I was told. And I was told, and Diana Rossini, who I think is awesome, reported that the Bears pushed hard to try and see if they could land Vrabel. That was, I think, their number one choice. And they were obviously unable to do that. So Todd Monken today, do you bring him back? What do you do on Monday? Give me your thoughts. It's our Anken Law question of the day, 312-6-million for the great attorney Howard Anken. And give the best response, a Lou Malnati's gift card to take your family out to dinner. Go to LouMalnatis.com for a location near you. What do you do Monday morning? You're in Ryan Pohl's seat. What do you do? Let's assume Baltimore loses Sunday night. Do you bring Monken in right away, get a deal done? If the Lions win, if the Lions lose, you're obviously going to bring Ben Johnson in to talk to him. So what do you do? Do you move fairly quickly, or do you roll the dice and wait? What if What if the Lions go all the way to the Super Bowl? You could talk to Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn or anybody in the Super Bowl the week between the title games and the Super Bowl. But again, to get everything done and make sure you get staff put in place, you better know what you're doing. You better have your ducks in a row, and you better not miss if you roll the dice and wait. Give me your thoughts. Have a great weekend. Let's get this Bears thing rolling, baby. Let's get it done and start adding talent. Have a good one. Take that.